This episode of Comedy Bang Bang is brought to you by Squarespace. Whether you're starting a new business or launching a creative project, count on Squarespace to help you create an eye-catching and professional website that stands out from the rest. With Squarespace's beautifully designed templates and customizable features, you'll have everything you need, be it a landing page, a gallery, or a professional blog to make your next move into a reality. Start your free trial today at squarespace.com and enter offer code BANGBANG to get 10% off your first purchase plus a free domain.
Comedy bang bang, 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 comedy bang bang.
Ol' Spuddy make that chewy gooey like a bowl of stewy tabbouleh. Welcome to Comedy Bang Bang. Thank you to the Voblex. Oh boy, it's been a bit of time since the Voblex has graced our door with his wonderful catchphrases, but catchphrase superstar of the Voblex. What?
Excuse me, sorry about that. Just filling up some waters.
Oh, sorry.
Are you thirsty?
Yeah, I am. You've poured yourself a big water, and I don't have anything in front of me. Sorry, everyone. Scott Aukerman here.
I'm the intern, Gino. I don't know if we've met before.
You and I?
Oh, Scott! I didn't recognize you with the headphones on.
I always have the headphones on.
These are different headphones. I know those are different.
I would think you wouldn't recognize me if you saw my ears.
Oh, valid point. Let me see. Do you have any photos of your ears?
Yeah, I do. I actually have a weird fetish that here you go. Here's a bunch of photos of my ears.
Oh, shit. Yeah, I don't recognize those at all. You're right.
Yeah. Intern Gino is here. My name is Scott Aukerman. If you have never listened to the show before, it's Comedy Bang Bang, just a simple show where I'm hosting some people. I talk to interesting people every single week.
Yeah, and, let's take that intro again. Let's take it from the top.
No,
with this tabbouleh
we're
guy.
Recording already. This is a live-to-tape recording.
And sound speed.
Gino, this is not... Okay, it was cute when you used to do it when you first got on, okay? It was cute. It was like a funny little thing of like, oh...
You saying it's getting old?
It's not that it's getting old. I'm just wondering why you... A person who barely shows up for his job, you're supposed to be here every week. You're once every 2-3 months maximum.
Nassau County to Los Angeles is a fucking bitch of a commute.
Who asked you to commute?
I have to
commute.
You
signed up for this job.
I can't get housing anywhere here. The market is crashing or going through the roof, or bubbles are bursting, liberal bubbles. I don't know. There's some bubble here that I can't get through, so I got to live in Nassau at my mom's place.
Yeah, but that's not my problem. Okay, these are your issues. All right,
I understand. I don't realize how we start one of these radio segment shows.
Every single time you interrupt and you say, "Okay, let's start now," and you pour waters. You know, I mean,
some would say every single time you start without my cue.
That's a good point.
There's another way to look at it. If I'm here, let me start the action.
But if I waited for your cue, we would never do any show because you're barely ever here. That's the bigger problem, is your absences.
I apologize. Look, I'm trying my best. I'm back in Nassau County in Long Island, trying to open up Long Island's first Long Island Museum.
Long Island Museum?
I'm trying to open a museum for all the celebrities and cool things that have come out of Long Island so people on Long Island can go to them.
Okay.
Go to one place and see it all.
Let me try to list anything I can think of cool that's come out of Long Island.
Oh,
Let's see.
Don't even fucking start me on this. Have you had a bagel before, bro?
Are bagels from Long Island?
They're not from there, but they're fucking great there.
Okay, well, you can't put those in the museum.
You can't
just because they're good
bagels. Have you ever had Bagel Town Cafe on Jerusalem Road?
No, of course I haven't. I've never been to Long Island.
Doughy and crispy. It's impossible.
Is that part of their
No, I don't know.
Commercial?
That's a spiel I'm working on. I'm doing some spec ads for local bagel shops.
Oh yeah, how's that working out? Any of them buy anything from you?
Scooped Out, more like pooped out, and it's a guy on a toilet like shrugging.
Sure. Is there a business named Scooped Out or something?
No, but it's a thing that people do for their bagels so they get the middle dough out. You know? It's like a healthy thing.
Why don't they make bagels that are already pre-scooped?
Flagels. You're talking flat bagels. Flagels.
Yes. Well, no, those are flat. I'm talking ones with a little canal in the center.
Yeah, no, people think that's healthier to pull the dough out and fill it with cream cheese.
Well, it's certainly less carbohydrates.
Oh yeah, if you're trying to go paleo like that caveman, bro.
Yeah, are you paleo yet? By the way, you are. I'm
fully
worried
paleo.
about you.
I'm fully Paleolithic. I only eat meat cooked over an open flame.
You need to stock up on carbs. Honestly, like I worry about you. What are you? You're like 87. If
I'm
a
up
pound?
to 91 pounds now.
How'd you get up there?
This is all I've been eating racks of beef and lamb every day.
Every single day.
And I have veal cutlets for breakfast, veal and eggs.
Veal and eggs.
I have veal and 4 whole eggs every morning. And then
how do you get the veal?
From the butcher. It's fucking
okay.
Long Island. There's a butcher on every corner. I go to Enzo's in Massapequa Park if you want to be specific.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, those guys slice the boar's head nice and thick.
Are they going to be in the museum?
It depends. There's a lot of delis vying for the #1 deli spot. I want to give it to my hero, which is my favorite deli on Jerusalem Avenue in Long Island. Mm-hmm. Jerusalem Avenue has a lot of great things on it. Great name. It's kind of weird to talk about a bagel shop on Jerusalem Avenue.
Yeah, well, I mean, they go hand in hand, I would think.
Oh, Jesus, here we go. I feel like you're laying a honey trap for me to say something here.
A honey trap, I would have to have sex with you at the beginning
Again.
of it. All right.
I'm just fucking around.
Yeah.
We haven't fucked, but the night's a puppy.
All right, look, Gino, tell me more about the museum because I can't think of a single musical act or...
You can't think of one musical act from Long Island?
Billy Joel, is that one?
Yeah, that's all you fucking need, baby. I mean, there's also like, there was a hardcore scene in like the mid-90s, like the movie Life and stuff was based out of Long Island.
Right.
But... fucking Billy, baby.
Okay, so Billy Joel is from Long Island.
Billy Joel is from Long Island, yeah. And
Okay.
so we have a Billy Joel hologram, Jerry Seinfeld hologram.
What happens with holograms? You walk, let's see, pretend that I am walking into your museum to the Billy Joel exhibit.
Sure.
All right, so, this is interesting.
I'm sorry, are you wearing horseshoes or are you riding a horse?
I'm riding a horse.
Okay.
And wearing horseshoes, coincidentally. So just in case he doesn't make the noises, I want to have a backup plan.
So you can click your heels together and okay. Welcome to the Long Island's own Long Island Museum. I'm Billy Joel. Have a seat. Would you like some wine? Maybe a bottle of red, bottle of white.
I get it. These are the lyrics from scenes from an Italian restaurant.
Next person in. Maybe it's time for you to be moving out.
Okay, so is this all?
This is Anthony's song.
So now he's gone past doing puns on his songs to actually introducing his songs.
I'm feeling Downeaster Alexa right now.
Okay, now we're back to puns that don't make any sense.
Am I supposed to still be the hologram? Because he doesn't
Yeah.
really do interactive stuff because he's like pre-programmed to just say a bunch of puns and shit like that.
He just does the puns and then what happens? Do people listen to his music or do you not have the rights?
I continue to talk until the lights go out on Broadway.
Uh-huh. And then the lights go down or...
I have no idea. That part we're working with a couple of different electricians.
Oh, okay.
My cousin Mike Mongelli is working on it. My other cousin Mike Petrella. Mm-hmm. All my cousins are coming through.
You have a lot of cousins named Mike.
There's about 12 Mikes in my family.
Is that why you wanted to get into sound engineer because you were used to saying Mike?
Well, that was the thing. But then when I started taking radio classes at Nassau Community College over a decade ago,
right.
You never really get to say mic on mic. You say it like,
you
hey.
say it when you're off mic. You're like, hey, look at all those mics. Yeah. But the minute they go on, if you were to say, I'm talking into a mic right now,
yeah,
how weird that would be.
Yeah, you gotta suspension of disbelief about the existence of mics. You know,
yeah. Now,
because if I was in a movie, I would constantly be like, hey, why am I got this lav on? I'd be like wiggling it and like taking the pack out and shit.
When you watch a movie or a television show, all I can imagine now whenever I watch anything is I look for the mics. I look for the little hidden mics underneath their shirts, underneath their sweaters.
That's the best way to enjoy art. I'm constantly trying to see seams in the cracks in the wall, see if it's a set or if it's real.
Right, yeah.
That's the most fun way to watch TV and movies. I'm like, oh, he's looking in the wrong direction. He crossed the eye line. The eye line's all fucked up here.
You're looking at eye lines.
I'm keeping track of eye lines.
Yeah.
All that jazz.
What else is going into this museum? Because you can't just subsist on Billy Joel. Man cannot merely subsist on Billy Joel.
I know a few dudes who would argue otherwise, but we'll see. We'll have a Jerry Seinfeld hologram.
So Jerry Seinfeld is from Long Island?
Yes, he is. He got his first start at Brokerage Comedy Club in Belmore on Merrick Road.
Wait, but is he from there, or did he just do one set there?
He's from Long Island.
Okay.
A lot of comedians did one set at the Comedy Club. We don't take ownership of them.
Right.
But like, I mean, do you know Kevin Can Wait films on Long Island?
Oh, I do. Yes.
It takes place on Long Island, and he had a studio built in Bethpage just for his show.
Our good friend Erin Hayes, friend of the show, she had to move out there.
Our mutual best friend, Erin Hayes.
No, I don't believe you have ever met her.
I did. Gino has. He was on a podcast.
Oh, that's right, with Rob Corddry. Yeah,
Yes.
I forgot about that.
She asked some questions about Long Island. I had some answers.
Oh, okay. That's right.
Literally the one topic I know about besides sound.
How could I forget? Yeah. What else do you know? Do you have any sort of other hobbies or anything?
I know an inordinate amount of stuff about fitness because I'm just I have
ripped.
subscriptions to Men's Health, Men's Fitness, Muscle and Fitness, Flex magazine,
Men's and Health,
Men's and
Fitness
Health,
and Fitness.
Healthy Men's Fitness Journal, Fitness Journal for Men, Men's Fitness, and then of course Shape, the chick one. But you got to look at that one just for fun, just for kicks.
There are better magazines to look out for kicks.
I hear when people tell me that, they also say magazines are probably not even the best place to get kicks these days.
Exactly. To get kicks.
Kids get their kicks on their phones these days. Silly rabbit, kicks are for kids.
What's going on with your home? Speaking of homes, I know one of the last times we talked, first of all, you went to England with us and before the end of the year.
Yeah, that was exciting. I had never been over on that side of the pond.
Mm-hmm. And
see, it's funny to call the Atlantic Ocean a pond because like a pond is traditionally small
and yet this is like a big thing. And so
the Atlantic Ocean's fucking huge, by the way. I only know it from getting crushed by waves down on Jones Beach. Then it turns out this fucking thing goes all the way to Europe.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
You never realized that before. Have you ever seen a globe or?
I've seen globes, but have you ever seen, I've never seen.
Why are you waggling your eyebrows when you say I've seen globes?
Because I think we're talking about a certain front globes on a lady.
We are definitely not. Look.
Rear globes?
No, we're not even talking about those. What's been going on at home? I know that you've been having troubles with your mom.
Oh, yeah, we're in a little bit of a financial dilemma. We tried to... we got in a little heat with our insurance company. We tried to file a false claim. Because, we had Hurricane Sandy on Long Island. We had a couple of hurricanes that fucked shit up. So a lot of people have flood insurance. And
did you have flood insurance?
We didn't. We were not affected by the hurricanes, thank God.
I'm not sure how you're filing a claim if you don't even have insurance.
We then got flood insurance.
Okay.
And then poured a bunch of water in our basement and put like all these baseball cards down there. And so we filed that they were like the Onus Wagner rookie card, a Roberto Clemente autograph card.
And had you bought these cards before? Or these are
because we knew the water would fuck them up. Yeah, they were just new cards just thrown around in there.
It seems like if you had bought these actual expensive cards, you would have had some sort of notation of it or history.
Right. So we had to fake all this stuff from Dave's Cards on Belmore Road, which is like a memorabilia shop, which I think he does fake autographs anyway, so he's along for the scam. So we filed a claim for $16,000 worth of baseball cards damaged in our basement.
Okay.
And then,
what happened? Didn't an adjuster
They were like,
come out,
an adjuster came and they said there's been no hurricane for like the last 6 months. Where'd all this water come from? It's visibly toilet water. It's bright blue with turds in it.
Wait. You. What did you do? You took some glasses?
I don't know what we did. Look, we all make mistakes. And I'm standing
Why is your toilet water, why does it have turds in it currently? Flush that.
We couldn't flush it because we needed all the water we can get for the basement, to run it down.
Replace it. When you flush the water, it comes back.
Yeah, now we know that.
You didn't know that?
Hindsight's 2020, Doc Ock.
Look, so he says the water is blue and there's turds everywhere.
He's like,
on the
this
floor.
is visibly toilet water, and he's like, there's paper towels, everything floating around, a couple of tampinis from Mrs. Lombardo, my mama.
Your mom is still...
Yeah, she is not. Trust me, it's a big thing in the house. This bitch is in heat.
Okay, please. I know that you're saying like female dog in heat. I get it, but it's not a good look.
I feel like if you can call anyone a bitch, it's your mother.
No, the optics are bad on this for my show. Please.
Oh, sorry. We wouldn't want the optics to be bad for your show.
So, but your mom is, she hasn't gone through the change?
No. She, menopause is still just a button on a VCR to this broad. She's nowhere near it. She's fucking hounding.
Does she have she's still with your...
She's still with my uncle, yeah.
Yeah.
My dad's twin brother.
Well, you know, that happened with Joe Biden recently.
Yeah, his kids, right? They're all fucking each other on a train or something?
No, not on a train.
They're running, like, isn't he love running the train? What is it about Biden and trains?
No. His son passed away. It's a sad story with what could be a happy ending. His son passed away, and then his daughter-in-law found love with his other son, who happened to be married.
Ooh, that's pretty sketchy.
I mean, you know, who are we to judge?
Who am I to judge?
It's the future the liberals want.
You're telling me. I love that shit. Burkas and drag queens partying together. That's all my jam.
That is what that. I mean, have you been to parties like that?
I've been to a couple of parties in the Gaza Strip. That was like that's a sort of ethnic strip club in
the Gaza Strip.
It was named for a style of pubic hair that divides your pubis area.
I think it's named for the Gaza Strip.
Oh, that makes more sense. I thought a Gaza Strip was like a landing strip, but like on a a Middle Eastern woman.
No,
Samsonite. I was way off. Dumb and Dumber. Good movie, sequel's better.
I don't know about that. Look,
I never saw the original.
I guess my question is, your mom and your uncle, everything's okay with them?
Everything's okay with them, with the exception, my uncle is going through male menopause.
What is that? I don't believe I've heard of that. Is that where
Neither did I. So we're wondering if he's doing his own like medical scam.
He's running a number?
Yeah, he's running a grift on us. He's running the old switchy 1-2.
Why, are you paying him to get erections? Is that how this works?
It's really complicated. So I think he's using it for disability.
Okay.
He's saying he can't go to work where
he doesn't have the.
He doesn't have the.
Does
drive.
he work in the sex trade or what?
No, he's a construction worker. But if you don't have any heft to your jennies up there on a fucking girder, you're fucked. You know, you
got heft to your beft.
You got to have some heft to that beft, baby.
Right. So he's saying that because he's going through male menopause, he no longer has the will to go do construction. Is that essentially
yes? That's correct. So he's running some sort of disability scam, and he's taking care of hanging around the house a lot. And
have you guys bought some new things with all the money that he has? Or
yeah, well that's the one thing. We just got a VHS copy of Bloodsport, so we've been fucking killing that.
Is that a Jean-Claude Van Damme movie? Or
it's the Jean-Claude Van Damme
I'm sorry.
movie.
Sit down, please.
I'm sorry. Just get so fucking keyed up when people don't. God. That's Trump's favorite movie too.
Bloodsport?
Yeah, apparently he has like an edited down version of it that he watches on Air Force One that cuts out all the storylines, and there's like 7 minutes of non-fighting storylines in the movie.
That's a great rumor, even if it's not true.
I feel like I read it in a newspaper, and you know how we got to support newspapers now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So wait, where do you lean politically? I can never really tell.
Well, I'm what they call a racist lefty.
Okay, I don't want to hear any more.
I'm a lefty, but like, let's not have any of these motherfuckers move in next door.
Okay. So, but troubles between your uncle and your mom then?
There's a little bit of sexual troubles because they're both in different stages of their life, and he thought for sure my mom would be dry as a fucking bone at this point, but
meanwhile,
she's juiced to the skull. She's fucking sweatier than a Gino's calzone. Gino's the pizzeria I was named after.
That's right. What was that story?
Did I tell a story?
I don't know. I can't remember.
Well, because if I haven't, this is the actual story. And if I
you might have told me off air.
Yes, if I previously told this story on air, that was a lie. This is the truth.
This is the one.
This is canon.
Okay,
if you will.
So tell me the story. Your mom must be at this.
My mom's jamming down buff chicken slices at Gino's on Jerusalem Avenue. Also on Jerusalem. I'm not even joking. Gino's is also on Jerusalem Avenue.
Is Jerusalem Avenue the only street in Long Island?
It's the only street that has businesses on it in the Belmore, Wantagh, Seaford, Merrick, Massapequa Park.
Right. Take me through the train stations, by the way.
Oh, sure. I believe
it's always a big thrill for our listeners.
Yeah, they love
who
that.
happen to live there.
It's a big thrill for 6 listeners when I say Rockville Center, Baldwin, Freeport, Merrick, Belmore, Wantagh, Seaford, Massapequa Park, Amityville, Copiague, and Babylon, baby.
Very nice.
That's literally the only train line I know in Long Island because that's the one I take, South Shore. Mm-hmm. Like Billy Joel says, you could date a cool chick from the South Shore or a rich chick from the North Shore. And Billy didn't know that there was going to be gay people eventually.
So Okay, so your mom is at this pizza place.
Oh, my mom's at Gino's on Jerusalem. There's like 5 of them, but the Jerusalem one's the bomb spot.
Okay.
She's jamming down buff chicken slices, which is, they do those primo there. In walks in my father, not my stepdad, who's my uncle, but his twin brother, separated at birth, my actual
They
father.
were separated at birth?
I believe so. There's a...
Did I not know that?
I feel like I did tell you that.
Like literally like conjoined twins separated at birth?
Oh,
or
no.
they were...
No.
Oh, they just... Oh, they didn't know that they were
there was
brothers.
a third twin who was conjoined to my original father, but he died, was separated at birth. Then he was separated at birth from his fraternal twin.
Oh, I see. But then at what age did he die then?
My dad or
The conjoined twin.
Oh, the conjoined twin lived in a jar for like 9 to 12 months, and it was you don't want to get into the details there.
I kind of do, but
so my dad. There's all these pictures of my dad when he was a young kid growing up in Freeport, like him, his fraternal twin brother who looks exactly like him.
Okay, but they were separated at birth and didn't know they were brothers.
They didn't know they were brothers.
So they're two alike-looking people
living in 2 completely different areas. One guy's in Freeport, one guy's all the way over in the next town in Baldwin. And they have no idea that the other one exists.
Right.
But there's all these pictures.
It's a Prince and the Pauper type situation.
Oh, I never, R.I.P. I never saw that.
For Prince, you mean? There really should have been an answer musician called the Pauper.
That would have been awesome. The Big Popper.
I guess John Popper.
Baby.
John Popper sort of was one. So.
Those are my 2 favorite musicians, the Prince and John Popper.
Prince and John Popper. To be honest, I may have tweeted something very much like that at some point.
Hey, this is Comedy Bang Bang. You could use old tweets.
Waste not, want not.
Use the whole buffalo, baby.
So, but there are pictures with the jar.
So my dad there's all these pictures of him in like Little League uniform with like a little jar with a Little League hat on it. And it's just like a floating mass in there. And it's like a ball of teeth and hair.
You said that he lived in there for 9 to 12 months.
Well, apparently he wasn't living at all, but they like acted like he was a son for about 9 to 12 months.
And then after that, they accepted that.
After that, he became a centerpiece for like holidays and stuff like that at the table.
So take me back to this pizza place.
So my dad
We're running out of time.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm not even supposed to be talking. Once I get this story out, I'll settle in and just do the waters and unplug and plug in the cables.
Great, but I'm fascinated with your life. I love hearing about it. So
a lot of people like to hear about my life for some reason. It's just a standard Long Island life. So my dad walks into Gino's Pizzeria. He thinks he's showing up on a blind date. My mom is there not for a blind date, just to jam down buff chicken slices.
So they don't know each other.
They don't know each other at that point. My dad sits down, starts chatting up this, thinks he's on this blind date, and he's like, "Hey," and this is a little raunchy, surprising no one.
Okay, sure.
But he's like, let's go into the bathroom and just kind of like finger each other and stuff like that. And
it's not raunchy in the way that I thought it was going to be.
And my mom is like, look, I don't do fingering. You know,
I don't do fingering?
My mom, that's one of the things my mom says.
Is she penis only?
She's penis and tongue only. She says no dry stuff, no digits, no manual stimulation. So she won't even masturbate, she tells me.
Really?
No, not without a vibrator.
Well,
I don't know why. I feel uncomfortable talking about
why
this.
would you say she doesn't masturbate and then not without a vibrator?
I meant
Are vibrators hard to come by?
I mean, well, if your fucking basement's chock full of toilet water, your electricity's not working right. You can't charge it.
All right.
Your batteries are all being used to keep the megaphone going that you use to do the Spanish rap horn,
So your dad chats up your mom.
Yeah, and she's like, look, I don't do finger stuff, but if you want to just pop it in real quick, which is an expression my mom uses for having sex, she's like, well, go in the bathroom.
Right, Prince and the Popper it in.
Yeah, I didn't even think of that. That's really funny. So he goes in the bathroom, he pops it in with her. He doesn't and then fucking disappears. My mom just has casual anonymous sex with this guy.
Really? So then they disappear and you don't know.
Then they run into each other again. My mom is 7.5 months pregnant with yours truly, young little Gino in there. And my dad runs into her and says, oh, you look just like this woman I met once, but you're so much fatter now. And I can't place it. And my mom, they were at Vinny's Italian Ice, which is just off Jerusalem on Oakfield.
Sure. Why weren't you named after that then?
What?
Why aren't you named Vinny?
Well, because I was conceived at Gino's, so they that's a Long Island tradition. That's why I have
so people from
I have a good friend named Hyundai Velostar.
Where was Billy Joel conceived then?
See, that's the thing. I think Billy's short for something. That's that's
Willie.
I think
he's talking about his dad's dick.
Yeah, because some people.
Billy Joel is named after his dad's dick?
There's so many people on Long Island named Mike because so many people are fuck at the Michael's art supply store.
Oh, really? Is that a hotspot in Long Island?
Dude,
really?
it's a great place for casual NSA sex, as we call it.
I guess all of the aisles are sort of abandoned. There's
no
one.
Yeah, no one works
There's only
there.
someone working at the front cashier.
There's one 80-year-old woman who's like hawking knitting needles or whatever, but in the back,
there's beads everywhere.
It's Caligula. It's fucking Eyes Wide Shut without editing.
Right. Okay, so anyway, your dad then meets up with your mom.
Meets up with my mom, and she's like, you did this to me.
Right.
And he's like, oh, I was told I could never have a child because he was like a big hung out in hot tubs all the time as a kid.
He hung out in hot tubs as a kid. Okay, so kids, if you're listening, and I hope you're not, don't hang out in hot tubs.
That's what they say. No one tells you that until it's too late that you can literally cook your sperm. So it was
as a kid.
As a kid, you can cook because the sperm is weaker when you're a child.
Right.
That's
it's
why
more
it tastes
susceptible.
differently.
What? Okay.
I'm sorry.
Hold on. All right. Moving.
That's why it has the shampoo taste before it gets like the
moving on.
Okay, fair enough. And so then my dad's like, this is a miracle. This is a miracle child. And I shall name him Gino for Gino's Pizzeria.
Okay.
And then they locked it up right there. My dad got my mom a lemon chip, which is her favorite Italian ice.
Sure.
Yeah, and then we could just call it ice, right?
Right. And then the rest is history.
The rest is history.
Other than where's your dad now again?
My dad is gone. I don't know. We have no idea.
No idea.
Yeah.
How long did he last?
He was around until I was like 13.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
that's a typical story. That's when you started getting difficult probably and you drove him away.
Oh, I was difficult from zero. I was breastfed until I was 12.
What?
Yeah,
so
I wouldn't go straight. I would
he
go
left
straight
when you stopped?
He left when I stopped. So
that's where I would be like, finally.
I wasn't going straight from the tap. No, we were pumping and dumping.
Okay,
so
I don't know.
I still drank. I shouldn't say I breastfed. I drank breast milk until I was 12. Well, and on and off again until ?
Okay.
So fucking expensive on the deep web.
Well, I'm glad to get to know a little bit more about you, but we're running out of time in this segment. We do have to take a break.
We have to take a break.
We have a special guest in our next segment who's been on the show many times before. I'm really looking forward to catching up with him.
And I'll let that happen.
You're just going to lay out at this point, right? Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just going to lay myself out. I'm going to hit myself right in the head as hard as I can with a stick or something.
Please don't do that. I just mean you're going to like sit out.
Oh, I'm going to sit out. I'm just going to keep my eye on the cables and the waters.
Sure.
And,
not a lot happening with the cables, I've noticed.
I'll just be wrangling cables and moving cables around, hitting dials, switching things off.
Please don't do that. All right, we need to take a break, and we'll be right back with more Gino, and our good friend August Lindt will be here after this break. We'll be right back with more Comedy Bang Bang.
Roll commercial.
Hey, everybody. Today's show comes to you from Squarespace. Now, whatever your idea, your next big idea might be, I don't know. I'm not in your brain. All right. I'm not Professor Charles Xavier. I have no idea what's going on in that twisted little thing. But whatever it is, count on Squarespace to help you create an eye-catching online platform that brings it to life. Whether you're planning to, I don't know, maybe you have a new business, right? You have a new business, you want to get out there. Maybe you want to launch a creative project or change careers. God, that sounds good to me. Whatever you want to do, Squarespace's beautifully designed templates and customizable features give you everything you need to look like an expert right from the very, very tippy top of the pippy pop. You even get a unique domain to set you apart in your field. Plus, with Squarespace's award-winning templates, creating a beautiful website is simple. It's intuitive. You can add and arrange your content and features with but the click of a mouse, my dear boy. And there's nothing to install, patch, or upgrade. None of that, ever. Although, if you do have a question, and knowing you, and knowing your brain the way I do, now I do know your brain, I don't know. I don't know where my head's at on this, but knowing you do have a question, Squarespace's award-winning 24/7 customer support can help you with any problem, no matter how technical or trivial. It can be either end of the spectrum. Think of them as your very own IT department. So make your next move and start your free trial at squarespace.com today. Enter offer code BANGBANG. You're going to get 10% off your first purchase plus a free domain. Again, that is BANGBANG, BANG, BANG. Squarespace.com. Comedy Bang Bang, we're back here with Gino Linetti. Is that your last name?
Lombardi. Jesus, fuck. It's Lombardo, actually.
Oh, then why'd you say Lombardi?
Because you said Linetti and it threw me off. I was like, I can't believe Scott Aukerman doesn't know my last name.
I can't really remember people's details.
I've noticed.
We're at, like, this is episode, I think, 475 or 476 at this
I think
point.
that's completely reasonable of you to not remember. That 475 episodes, that's like 10,000 hours of material.
Hey, I might be actually getting good at it after my 10,000 hours.
Let's get Gladwell on the phone. You guys can chat up pseudoscience together.
Gino's here with me.
Not for long, I'm leaving.
Not for long, obviously. We have a very special guest here coming to the show, and he has not been on Comedy Bang Bang for a good while. He was on very early on with Todd Glass in episode 59, Subarus for Moms. And then he made sporadic appearances since then. But we have not seen each other. I know that I saw you. I mean, I don't even think that it's necessarily in this universe anymore, but I believe I saw you on the Oh Golly You Devil episode.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, I don't think so.
There's sometimes we've had experiences that are not in this universe.
Yeah, maybe
that's
in a parallel
really weird.
track or something.
That's disturbing to learn in an offhand way like that. That there's another universe that I also exist in. That's kind of blowing my mind.
It's also crazy that you don't know my last name, but you just called out like an episode from over 400 episodes ago. That
Listen, the human brain is nobody can explain it.
Sure,
it's
I
like
have
a crazy
terrible
machine.
short-term memory, but my long-term, solid.
The human brain is like a crazy machine.
It literally is like one.
Yeah, that's right. There's no explaining how it works. You know, there's a person that got hit on the head, right? And then he was able to play the piano like a concert pianist never played it before.
He had never played the piano
Never
before.
played it before. So you can't explain this.
A kid that went to my high school got a javelin stuck in his head at a track and field meet and spoke fluent German from there on
After
out.
that?
Yep.
Well, that one is easy because probably the javelin was a German javelin.
Right.
So that one makes a lot of sense. But the piano one is interesting.
He is a pretzel maker from Düsseldorf.
Who is? I am.
You are, yes.
Oh, good.
Are
I
you
thought you were
still-
talking about somebody else who is also a pretzel maker because I
You
would
thought
have
you
a
had
lot in common with a
him?
pretzel maker because it's lots to talk about.
You still
the
are?
ins and outs of the business. Yes, I'm
pretzel
still
maker?
making pretzels in Düsseldorf, yeah.
Please welcome August Lindt. Hello.
Thank you very much. I work at Schneidelman's pretzel factory. I am one of the guys who evaluates the salt for the pretzels. And
Take me through this process. You evaluate
Sure.
the salt.
Yes. The salt, it comes to them from presumably a salt mine. And
I guess. I mean, it might be easier to get it at the store. But
well, I have asked many times, what is the
from the
source of the
supplier?
salt? Where is the salt coming from? And
you don't know that?
Listen,
You've worked there an awful long time.
this is the problem. When you ask this question, you are led to a room and you are kept there in total darkness for 4 days. And then you
It's
come
a
out.
deterrent from asking again.
They don't, maybe, but they literally don't say a word. You say, where does the salt, what is the source of the salt? And my boss, Mr. Schneidelman, presses a button, and a guy comes in who you only see in this context. He exists no other job.
How many
in the
times
factory.
asking this did it take you to put it together? Oh, this only happens when I ask about the salt.
It was the 20th or 21st or
20
22nd time that I really wanted to know where the salt came from. And not only that, but as you know about me, I enjoy extreme vacations.
Sure.
And so sometimes this was like a treat to go into a box, a dark box.
Right. You spent
like
over
that.
80 days in the last couple of years in a dark box?
That's how long
fascinating.
it took Jackie Chan to get around the world.
Took Jackie Chan 80 days to get around and kicking everybody the whole time. But I never did the math before. But that's right. If it was 20 times and it's 4 days. I'm guesstimating it was 4 days,
Sure.
really.
Yeah. Do you mind estimating?
Well, if I was going to estimate, it might be more like 5. Okay. Because guesstimates just tend to shave off about 20%.
So,
yeah.
So you still work there, and so what is the salt process? It comes through, and then you evaluate it.
Yes, you evaluate the salt, and it's
like this salt is good enough to be on the pretzel. Or?
Yes, and it's partly art, and it's partly science, and it's partly you just feel it in your bones. Like this is not going to make for a good pretzel. This piece of salt, and it's an
what
arduous
qualities?
process.
what qualities does salt have that you can really evaluate? I mean,
Well,
are the
taste, of course. You
so
know.
you're tasting the salt before it goes on
I
the
taste
pretzel?
each individual grain of salt when it comes down the chute. I give it just the tiniest lick because I don't want to be disgusting. You know, I don't want to put my whole tongue out.
So, any lick, tiny or no, does not belong on the salt that goes onto my pretzel.
I don't. Why do you feel that way? That's interesting. A preconceived notion of yours that your salt should be untasted by anyone. That's interesting to me.
People know that when they're eating, what pretzel company is this?
Schneiderman Pretzels.
Schneiderman Pretzels. That
Yeah.
every pretzel basically has your saliva all over
I
it.
assume that they know that the salt has been evaluated.
Is it on the back?
That's why your tongue is so wrinkly?
Yeah, it's wrinkly and scarred. You know, I have a lot of this. You see, this
I was
going to
say
callus.
it looks like Golem or something. It's
not a good-looking tongue, but
No.
that's part of the
what is
sacrifice.
a good-looking tongue? Let me see yours, Gino. Oh God,
Yeah,
That's a
I have
terrible
thrush.
tongue.
you have thrush.
How long have you had that
Is that,
for?
is that what that anchor from CNN has?
I believe so. I don't know who else has
Glenn
it.
Thrush?
How do you know him?
I'd watch all the cable news very up to
Now's
date.
the
on
time.
news.
Now's the
Yeah,
time.
Sure.
So, I mean, this is disgusting. I hope that
No,
I've never-
why is it disgusting? You would rather eat salt that you have no idea whether it tastes any good or not? I'm an expert
Sure, all
salt
s-
evaluator.
All salt is the same,
Oh,
right?
that is the most ignorant thing that you've said in a long time, Scott.
All podcasts are the same.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Imagine if someone was to say that.
All right, fine.
Anyway, so I taste it and I look at it and I feel it.
You feel it too, so it's got your grubbies all over it?
I feel it with my fingers to just make sure that it's right. And then I look at it through a magnifying glass. And then I give it to a monkey. And the monkey...
What does the monkey do with it?
I really don't know.
You don't know?
But there are times
Does
when...
the monkey go away for 4 days?
No, the monkey, he continues his work when I am in the dungeon or whatever it is. But all it is the monkey, and maybe the monkey is a stupid part of the process, but I initiated it. And it was
You-
part of
wait, you don't know what it
experimental-
does, but you
No,
initiated
it's very important because every once in a while, a piece of salt will infuriate the monkey.
Really?
And it's not often. Maybe you can go 2 or 3 days without it happening even one time, and sometimes it will happen 20 times in a day. And for whatever reason, this is a piece of salt that we will not put on a pretzel.
So the monkey goes apeshit, literally.
It's monkey shit. It's different.
Right,
you
okay.
know, and
does he like rip testicles off, or what happens when you
That's
have a wild
that's a weird
monkey
guess.
bouncing around? Well, monkeys
Yeah.
are known to do that.
This monkey is more likely to go for the fingers first, and we have seen
fingies.
We have seen some people lose their fingers in one of these incidents.
Let me take a
on
look
the
at your
factory
hands
floor.
here. Everything.
This one here, look, I can pop it off. This one is false.
Oh my God!
Yeah, and this one is false. I pop it right off.
Jesus!
Yeah, these are false fingers. that I
So you
here.
have 2 false fingers.
That's right.
I guess I've never really stared at your hands. Those are definitely false the more you look at them.
Yeah, they did not do such a great job with them.
Once you get it pointed out, though, that like if you don't
Yeah.
tell someone, you can never tell.
Thank you. That's
Why
nice
did you
to
put
hear.
fake henna tattoos on them?
Well, I was trying to draw attention away from them.
Well, that's not working.
Well,
What,
I
you
know
think that
now,
henna
but yeah.
tattoos are so grotesque that people avert their eyes?
Nobody
when they
wants
look?
to see that hippie garbage.
Okay.
You know, so you would get the sense that this is there and you would look someplace else.
You should
I
put one
get
of
it.
those like
Thinking.
big red birthmarks. People never want to look at those like
Right?
lines.
You
Yeah,
avert
like-
your eyes. That's what I was going
like a
for.
total
That's better.
Gorbachev.
A Gorbachev, yes.
a big old wine stain, as we called it.
Oh, yes, that's what they call that. Yeah.
So,
Port wine. A port wine stain.
Port wine
yeah.
stain, yes.
False finger.
So that's pretty
That's
much
a good name for the episode. A port wine stain on your false finger.
not bad.
I'm in no position to be naming this.
I think Prince and John Popper's not bad too.
That's
I
better.
think
You're right.
475 or 476 works as well.
I don't know about that. Okay, but so you give the salt to the monkey, and if the monkey just like looks at it, we're all good.
He has like veto power, it sounds like.
Yeah, and a lot of the
Wait, is Vito someone you know from Long
My
Island?
Uncle Vito, he would always say like, nope, this pasta is too al dente and throw it in the garbage.
Oh, so that's veto power. So this monkey has veto power, yeah. More or less over the salt. Not pasta. I would not consult this monkey on pasta.
Right. Okay.
But sometimes, if we are lucky, he will have no reaction to the salt and put it back on the belt and it will make its way to the...
So the monkey is trained to actually put the salt back.
I don't know if really, but oftentimes he will drop it, and
then
there's,
you have to
there's
just-
a pile of salt on the floor and we sweep it up and we put it back on the belt.
So the salt touches your hand, your mouth, a monkey hand, a factory floor, and then gets back on the belt before it gets gets through a pretzel?
That's right. A lot of the time, that is the process. Yeah.
You have a bag right here. Let me do.
Oh, yes. I always bring a bag of pretzels with me wherever I go. And that one's for you.
Ooh. Okay. Well,
The best pretzels in the business, yeah?
it is delicious. I don't
that?
know what it is about it.
Very good. It's doughy and crispy at the same time,
Isn't
which
that
is
something?
integral to bagels and both bagels and pretzels.
Right, that's
And
right.
not only that, but also salty, right?
Yeah. There's something about the salt. It's like an umami taste.
Isn't
It's
that
just-
right?
Yeah, it's like
It's hard to describe.
It really is.
It's
like, but
stimulating all the parts of your tongue.
it's
at
like
one time.
pinkberry or something like that. I couldn't describe it, but I just want more of it.
Yeah, see? So it works.
You talking about pussy when you say that?
Pinkberry?
It is a weird name to call your yogurt shop. You're basically just saying like pussy yogurt.
I have to tell you, I never thought of it that way.
Well, now it's all you're gonna
The pink
think.
of the
that's all
berry,
I
the
got.
sweet of the juice, right? That's what people say?
Sure, John Popper said it. So August,
Yeah, but he said it through the mouth organ.
and the harmonica. Is that what you're talking about?
the mouth organ.
Okay, I didn't know whether you're talking about the organ that happens to be a mouth or.
Well, you play a mouth organ with your mouth organ. Everybody knows that.
So August,
Yes!
welcome back to the States.
It's wonderful to be here.
Have you been in Germany since the last time I saw you?
Oh,
or-
no. I've been taking, as you know, it depends on how the factory is doing and how my own work performance is, how much vacation I get every year. This
Yeah, you
particular
usually
year.
get how much? 6 months?
Well, it's standard to get at least somewhere between 6 and 8 months. This year has been a very difficult year.
It's almost like you could call your work vacation because you're there less time than you are away.
What do you mean by that?
You
I
know
don't
what I mean?
understand
It's
what
like
you mean.
the
Are you
Work is
saying you
work.
do vacation for a living?
Yeah, that's
but
like
your
your life.
vacation is time spent at a factory and or in a Skinner box of sorts?
Does this conversation take place in a different universe? Because I don't understand what you're saying. Vacation is vacation.
Right.
And work is work. And work is very serious.
But are you forced to go on vacation?
Well, am I forced to go on vacation? Yeah.
Do you choose to go to work?
I think I do. It's
You know
difficult
what I
to
mean?
know what I'm determining for
Do you know,
myself
do you
in
know
life.
what I mean? Because then you could
Choose
just
to go to work?
No, I'm forced to go to work, and I choose to go to vacation.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah.
No, I have a job and I'm expected there, and I go there and I do the job, and then at some point there is a bell sounds, and everybody has to leave and go on vacation.
Everyone
and you
has
don't
to leave.
Everybody?
Yes.
The monkey?
Yes.
Where's the monkey? Does the
course.
monkey go with you?
Listen, it's complicated because the monkey does not come with me.
Is it a monkey share situation?
No, I don't want to spend my vacations with the monkey. We are work friends, but I am, because I brought him in, I am responsible to finance his vacations.
Okay.
So his vacations come out of my salary, and it's,
Where
it's
does-
a problem for
And
me.
do they
but-
count those box days against your vacation days, or those count as work days? Are you
Well-
getting paid when you're in the box, I guess?
I have no idea because I don't know how long I'm in there, and it's very complicated to look at the paycheck. It's structured complicatedly, but I will say
The FICA is
the
very
FICA, of course. There are many times when I will come out of the box and everyone is gone on a vacation.
vacation,
and
yeah,
I
I
don't
can
know.
imagine.
And then typically you will get it.
Can you just come out of the box?
Maybe, but I don't want to risk that.
Okay.
But listen,
Because the 4 days aspect of it may be your own doing.
yeah, I suppose that's true.
Wait, is this just a hallway that someone is like, follow me, and then you just happen to stay in?
Yeah, you like
I
a
don't
canary when you throw like a blanket over the birdcage, you just go to sleep?
When it is dark, I typically do go to sleep. That is true.
That's fair. That's true for me too.
Yeah.
At night, I'm often sleeping.
Oh, but vacation ends when you get typically like a ping on your phone that says "come back to work."
Okay, and
then
you,
go.
no one has any idea how long this
You
is.
never know when it's going to be
That
time
must
to go back
wreak
to work.
havoc with hotel reservations.
Oh, it's very problematic. Yes, it's difficult, and it's different sort of vacation times for everybody depending on how the pretzel factory is doing.
Really? So it's staggered by worker?
Because sometimes I will get a ping on my phone and I will go back there and there are people there who will say, yes, I've been here for weeks. We have been wondering where you were.
Maybe
and I was
they've-
like, the ping did not come.
Well, I mean, the salt process maybe is the last thing that happens in the pretzel. so-
That's probably part of it. Yeah, right. Yes. of
Although
course,
it
it's
seems like
different
you would
sorts
be
of things.
staying later than them,
Staying later than them.
meaning like they would have taken off because it's like, all right, it's salt time for these pretzels.
You know, to tell you the truth, I think it's very much according to the whims of Mr. Schneiderman. And there may be no method to it. Although I'll tell you, I get my feelings hurt when I come back from vacation and the monkey has been there for weeks. Because then
That
it
is a
feels
little
like,
odd because then it's like, what is that monkey doing?
yeah,
Yeah. What is
Yeah.
Mr. Schneidelman? Is that how you say
Mr.
it?
Schneiderman.
What Schneiderman, what
Yeah.
is he like?
He's a wonderful person and a an excellent father to my children.
To your children?
Yes. Yes, it's a long story. He has stolen my wife.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. But anyway, that's all water under the bridge.
So these vacations you're going on are then by yourself, is what you're saying?
Oh, yes, of course. All of the
While
vacations by
Schneiderman
myself.
goes off on a vacation with your wife and children?
Frequently, yes, he is taking them on vacations, yeah. We tried one time for me to tag along on their vacation, and I was simply subjected to endless abuse, and I will not do it again, you know.
Now I can see why you like to do such grim things during your vacation.
Well, I don't think I like to do grim things. I like to do interesting and stimulating and exciting things.
Right,
you know?
yes. We talked about these in some of your previous appearances. What were some of the things that you ended
Some
up
of
doing?
the things I've gone to in the past is I stayed once in a hospital in a war zone in Africa. I have
Did the monkey go to that one? Because the Africa component of it?
No, I don't.
Aren't monkeys from Africa?
Don't rip your jacket reaching over there.
This monkey has never been to Africa, and he would not last 5 seconds there. He's a city monkey.
It's not awful now that I realize you have to finance your monkey's vacations because you're not
Yeah.
paying for your family's vacation. Or is Mr. Schneiderman making you pay for your family?
Oh, for the children, yes, I have to pay for their vacation.
Really?
For their way on the vacation, of course. Well, it is my fault that they exist. You know, it's how it was explained to me. But yes, well, anyway. But I've been to, I was once in an avalanche.
That's right, yeah.
Yes.
You were trapped underneath the snow for weeks,
I
right?
think so, yeah. It was
10
good.
days at least.
And you still call these vacations?
Yes, these are vacations.
These are
This is-
things
yes.
that August likes to do for the experience. You'd never been
Yeah.
in an avalanche before, so
Right, and it's not very difficult to arrange an avalanche, You
you just
quite
shout
easy.
loudly on a hill.
Yes, exactly. Or in this case, I believe we brought a drum set. But you can...
Wait, a full drum kit?
We brought it was, yes.
Is this
it
like
was
a Neil
absurd.
Peart's, like all of the
That's what
toms?
It was a fully surrounding drum set because we didn't want to take any chances that the snow would not fall. So it was entirely and with a gong and all of this business. And
With a Motley Crue gong?
it was a giant gong. It was 4 bass drums. It was yes,
4 bass
it was
drums.
a
I've seen people
decadent-
play double bass. but-
Right, exactly. Well, this was you could turn around and play double bass.
Oh, okay.
Is this
Wow.
a vacation you'd recommend to other people?
The avalanche vacation?
Yeah, 'cause
yes,
that's-
it was
it's-
wonderful.
it
yes.
sounds fun.
Yes, it was wonderful.
Yeah, how did you get out again?
Yeah.
You didn't you eat one of your companions?
Oh,
or-
I ate at least one of the guys, yeah. But I don't remember how I ended up getting. I think it was just a matter of waiting for the thaw.
Oh.
And staying fed and hydrated.
Sure. Yeah.
which
Well,
is-
a lot
you
of
can do
snow
that.
around to stay hydrated.
Precisely.
Do you know the energy that it takes to warm the snow is actually more than the hydration you get from eating snow? You will
Really?
eventually die of dehydration if you just eat snow.
Is that true?
Bear Grylls said it, so it's law in my house.
Yeah, but what about if you stuff it in your pants for a while?
Oh, I didn't even think of that. And then you
it's-
drink the sack and tap.
That's what I'm talking
See,
about.
this is why August is able to survive all these things. He's able to remember.
Come up with great ideas.
workarounds like
Yeah,
this.
yeah. But I've just come back from a wonderful vacation, but it was cut short. And so now I don't know what to do with myself because this year I have 11 and a half months of vacation this year. And
11 and a half. You're only working 2 weeks.
yes, it's terrible. It's going to be, that 2 weeks is going to be really intense,
I guess.
It's a lot of salt in 2 weeks.
Well, listen, I'm worried for my tongue and my monkey. But it was a wonderful vacation. It was supposed to last 8 months long, which would have been perfect. It was in a Mars simulator on a volcano in Hawaii.
A Mars simulator
Yeah.
and a volcano on Hawaii.
Yes.
So you went to Hawaii.
Yes, I was flown to Hawaii
You were flown there. Well, sure.
Yeah.
That's how most people get there.
well, listen though, it was on an airplane. So.
Sure. No, but that's pretty standard Hawaii experience
Well,
for most people.
Okay, but I also, I don't want to brag, but I had a seat on the plane.
Okay,
so.
no, not a lot of people
That
standing
was-
like it's the subway.
I think you're just describing air travel.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I got a real kick out of it.
Yeah. So you traveled
Yeah.
to Hawaii. You then
Yeah.
went to a volcano inside. And was it dormant? Was it active? Did you say it was active?
I
or-
didn't say anything about that.
Okay.
It was.
Where do you stand on this issue?
Well, it did not erupt while I was there, so
Okay.
it was, I suppose, dormant, and
You should really check on that kind of stuff before you get into a volcano.
Well, here's what
Ask
happened.
one person.
Yeah, well, the word went out. We're going to do a Mars simulation, really to test the psychological aspects of traveling to Mars, because it's going to take, when we go to Mars, and we're going, and I would like to go, it's going to take 6 months to get there. You got to hang out there for like 500 days, 6 months to come back, and so they're really curious about how
It's
are
like
people going to
3
tolerate that.
years almost.
That would cost you like six sick days for 3 years.
From work, I know. Well, I would need a very special arrangement, and there's a decent chance I'd come back and I wouldn't have a job. But I think it would be worth it to have
Right.
gone to the planet of Mars.
So you go to this simulator. Are you the only
Yeah.
person in?
No, there was a team of 6, and these were wonderful people. There was a guy from NASA, there was a doctor, and there was a chemical engineer. It was a great group of guys and gals.
And
we had
what
a
was your
terrific
role?
time.
And an assault evaluator? They
Yeah.
needed one more.
Yeah. Listen, 150 people around the world applied to be a part of this.
Okay.
And I was chosen because they thought, well, this guy can handle it, right? Because,
Right.
I spoke to them about the salt question dungeon. I spoke to them about the avalanche. And, I think they
Sure.
just got the feeling this guy can lead the way.
Right. Mentally, he has something that we need to study when it comes to
Yes.
the isolation it would take.
That's right. And so this was sponsored by NASA, and we were all there.
Sponsored by it.
Well, or
Like
whatever.
they did ads for NASA while
we
you
were
were traveling?
constantly subjected to ads from NASA.
It was branded content.
It was NASA branded content. It's
It
exactly
pays well,
right.
they say.
Right.
Sure, yeah. Well, whatever. Get a lot of clicks. But yeah, anyway.
So take us through you're basically sitting in a box the entire time. How long?
It was
were
a
you there?
dome.
Okay.
And it was opaque. You could not see out of the dome at all. It's made of vinyl. And in there was all freeze-dried food and canned foods, and no contact with the outside world at all, except that they drop food to you. Every once in a while, you got to put on a spacesuit. It's not really necessary, but only to make you feel as though you are there, and to think about the inconvenience of really being on Mars. And
I mean, in a sense, you can't really change out of your spacesuit. It's like it's like wearing the same clothes every single day for 3 years, right?
Yeah, sure, that's probably right. Yeah, it'd be a nightmare. But anyway, and then you got to hike out to get your food and bring it back and eat it and stuff like that.
Right.
And so it was just to test, how, and we have these mood indicators around our necks to send to,
So like mood rings?
it was like that, but it was sending communications back to NASA like, oh, he's feeling sleepy. He's not so happy.
Was it tracking your endorphins or something?
I
or-
think it was, no, it was everything. It was, this guy's a little jealous of that guy.
How is it determining this? Is what I'm asking you. Like, is there?
It's science,
the
baby.
latest technology. They can
Okay.
test name a mood.
Was anyone jealous of anyone?
Oh yes, and yeah, sure. Well, listen, it did not go great. There was a lot of problems
Really?
there. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, on day one, we were like, "Hey, let's all pick out our bunks," and somebody had brought a knife, which you're not supposed to do.
Someone brought a knife.
Yeah.
That's dangerous, I would think, with all of the pressurized contents and the spacesuits. And
Yeah, I don't know. It was like a pocket knife, and within
Wait,
20 minutes.
who was it? Who brought the knife, by the way?
Listen,
Was it you?
I brought the knife because I didn't want to say it because I didn't want to get anybody in trouble. But
Wait, you're the one who would get in trouble.
yeah, well, why do that?
That's the last person you want to get in trouble. is yourself.
Precisely.
That
you
makes
know,
sense.
yes,
yeah.
you have
By
to
the
be
way, kids,
discreet.
if you're listening to this, that's not an excuse. I didn't tell you because I didn't want anyone to get in trouble.
No, that's right. That makes a lot of sense to me.
So you brought a knife and you started brandishing the knife?
yes,
Don't they
because
say don't
listen,
bring a knife to a dome fight?
I've never heard that, and I wish that I had because it would have saved a lot of troubles. Because, look, there was a particular bunk that was obviously the bunk for me. I had my eye on it as soon as I walked in there.
What
I
was
said,
it about
"That's the
this bunk?"
It was the highest one, and I just have a thing about dominating people. I want to be the highest, and that's all. It's perfectly sensible to say, this one is the one on top, and that is me, and I should be there.
Sure.
And then, it was all this nonsense, and,
So it was everyone, I would imagine they're worried that they're now stuck in this simulator with a raving lunatic who brought a knife.
Who insists on being higher than everyone when he sleeps.
You make it sound like that's like unreasonable. It was only me saying I want to dominate you. You know, that's all.
And you literally said that to them.
Yes, of course.
As your reasoning.
You know, for American people or most people, hearing a German say "I want to dominate you" is terrifying.
Yeah,
well, I didn't think of the cultural aspect.
What were the rest of what was the sort of history and the ethnicity of the other people?
I don't think you're supposed to ask that anymore.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's right. We weren't.
What were the names of the other people?
Listen, there was a gypsy and there was a gay guy.
Sorry, not to laugh at
a couple of Jewish people there.
Yeah.
I just simply said, like, let's have an understanding that I will be the dominant one.
Okay.
And I'm just going to, just because someone has to be, sort of call the shots.
Okay, yeah.
You know, why wouldn't it be the salt evaluator?
Well, I have a lot of experience because, after all, I am giving orders to a monkey all day long.
Wait, okay.
You know?
I don't know.
I supervise a monkey.
No, I know that, but I'm not seeing the correlation between the Jewish people and the monkeys.
Listen, I'm not comparing anybody to a monkey. All I'm saying is I have supervisory experience.
Okay.
Right?
And humans are very similar to monkeys, people say.
I don't know. Some would argue with that. So now so this is day one.
That was within probably the first 15 minutes or quarter of an hour.
Sure, either way, whatever floats your boat.
Yeah, it's caller's option. And that was, So anyway, but really, that up until that point, everything was fine. You know, everything was fine. I called my bunk. There was a disagreement. It was perfectly fine. This is conflict.
I'm sure at this point, everyone is sort of wants a little bit of distance from you. They don't know what you're all about.
Yeah, sure. You know, and then of course I pull out the knife, and at that point it's fine because that's, you know, the knife just kind of settles the...
De-escalates the situation.
Exactly. It settles everything.
Classically, a knife de-escalates the situation.
Right. I mean, it just kind of says, like, this is how it's going to go, and this is how I prove it, you know? This is... Now, but it got really fucking stupid when the guy from NASA decides he's going to try to take the knife away from him.
Okay, but you don't want to do that to someone with a knife.
Don't try to take it away from me. That's ridiculous. I'm holding it. I have no choice but to stab, you know?
Oh, so you stabbed the NASA guy
within the first quarter hour of being in a dome to simulate Mars? You stabbed the one guy from NASA?
Well, yeah.
One guy who knows what he's doing when it comes to piloting the spacecraft?
Well, that's not a fair way to put it. I think we all kind of could have picked it up real quick.
I don't know.
These things fly themselves at this point. It's like a plane or one of those
that's about right.
Teslas or whatever.
That's about right, yeah. Anyway, so he's very hurt, and then that's...
Very hurt? When you say very hurt, exactly what do you mean?
He was, I don't know, he was bleeding and...
Sure, from where? Where did you stab?
All over the place. Lots of different places.
Wait, you stabbed him repeatedly?
I don't know, but he had obviously several wounds. I don't remember because...
Defensive wounds on his hands, I would imagine, like the OJ trial?
I don't know, but it was one of those things where, like, you know...
Topical. There's other trials.
Not with defensive wounds. That was the first.
Yeah, that's really what made him.
Yeah.
That's what everyone always remembers. That's what that whole FX series was about.
Yeah, all about defensive wounds.
4 episodes.
Yeah.
That was the name of OJ's autobiography. Defensive wounds.
Inside.
Yeah.
Look, we have to take a break. I want to hear what happens after.
Oh, it's not that interesting.
Oh, I don't know. I'm betting that there will be something interesting in it. We need to take a break. When we come back, we'll talk more with August Lindt about his experience in the Mars dome.
Yeah.
After having, and we still don't know the health. The state of this man's health that you stabbed, but we'll find that out. I guess this is a big cliffhanger.
Oh, sure.
Whether the person lived or died.
Oh, they're all dead.
This is like they're all dead. Okay, we'll be right back with more Comedy Bang Bang after this. Here comes the bride, all dressed in white. But what are you gonna wear, my dear boy? What are you going to wear, my dear boy? WAGTWMDB. Well, looking great for a wedding or a special event has never been easier with thebblacktux.com. That's right. With high-quality rental suits and tuxedos delivered to your doorstep, The Black Tux is giving guys a new way to rent. Don't go to that stupid tuxedo store. I've taken you through a litany of experiences with tuxedo stores over the years, from my wedding to events I had to go to. They promised me a shirt once. I got there and they said, "Oh, we're out of shirts." I had to go to 4 other stores to find a shirt. It is terrible. The Black Tux offers free home try-on, so you can see the fit and feel the quality of your suit months before your event. Don't wait till the day of. The best part, it is done completely online. No trips to that stupid tuck shop. TheBlackTux.com lets you create your look or choose from tons of stylist-selected outfits starting at just $95. These suits, they have a modern fit. They're made from fine Italian wool, the highest quality on the rental market. And if you have any questions or issues, their expert customer care team has yo back every step of the way. After ordering, your suit's going to arrive 14 days before your event. That's a full 2 weeks to try it on, make sure everything fits. If anything is less than perfect, the Jamie Lee Curtis special, the Black Tux will send you a free replacement right away. And when your event is over, it's easy. Just drop your rental back in the mail. Bing, bam, boom. Shipping is free both ways. Easy peasy. To get 20%, not 20%, sorry, $20. Although, if it's starting at $95, that's more than 20%. I don't know. But to get $20 off your purchase, visit theblacktux.com/bangbang. That's theblacktux.com/bangbang for $20 off your first purchase. I have a question for you all. How many of you, like me, are platinum status on Delta Airlines? That's right. Platinum, baby, 2017. Probably because of the tour. But Delta Airlines, hey, it's what I fly. I'll tell you that much. They have something really cool on their airlines that they wanted me to talk about. And what we're talking about is Delta Studio. Access to every type of entertainment for every passenger, 100% for free. How many times have you ever gone onto an airline and they say, our TV's broken or something like that? It happens all the time to me. I went on something, I traveled the other day and I couldn't go to Delta because I didn't go to the very particular city I was going to. And I said, what do you have to watch on there? They're like, oh, we don't have movies. Come on, guys. Flying can be boring, all right? I need something to distract me. Delta Studio, though, no matter where you're sitting, every passenger, 100% for free, over 1,000 hours of entertainment. Choose from up to 300 movies, HBO, Showtime, 18 channels of live satellite TV on select flights, podcasts. Listen to me. Maybe you're listening to me on a plane right now. Who knows? Who knows what you do? I'm not you. Thousands of songs, TV shows, games. Delta has even partnered with content partners including HGTV, Refinery 29, Food Network, Hulu Originals, WNYC Studios, Curious World, Headspace, Disney XD. Oh my gosh. These partners, they're good partners to Delta. Stream on your laptop, iPhone, iPad, or Android tablet device by downloading the GoGo Entertainment app. Delta, you're never going to be bored at 30,000 feet again. Comedy Bang Bang, we're back here. Gino Lambardo, or Lombardi.
Lombardo.
It is Lombardo.
Yeah, I looked it up. I looked at my soch. 053-21-5160.
Okay, good.
That's the social security number?
That is, yeah.
Oh, okay. Hey, I'm just going to write that down because there are
Sure.
times that you have...
Do you need him to repeat it?
Yeah, I got you.
No, I got it the first
All
time.
right, good.
Okay, good. And
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, I see what you're writing.
Yeah,
That's
you got to
perfect.
travel. Sometimes it's helpful to have a second identity.
Sure. Also, we have August Lindt here,
Yeah.
our old friend from way back in the...
Subaru's Fatard glass.
Yeah, Subaru's episode 59, probably just over a year after we
Wow.
first started doing the show, and we haven't seen neither hide nor hair of you.
Yeah,
in
well, I
quite a
keep
long
the
time.
hair hidden.
You had your own show, The Travel Bug.
Oh yeah, whatever happened to that? I was trying to, get a thing going, to do a pilot of it.
Are you going to do any more of those?
I would love to do it again. One of the guys, listen, it's complicated, but one of the guys on the panel has passed away, but I'm working on trying to get him anyway. So that's the delay.
Is this the HR?
That's
HR
right.
Giger?
It was HR Giger of the guy he made like all of the aliens.
He did the Deborah Harry first solo album cover.
Is that right?
Yes, it is.
Oh, that was a hell of an album, right?
Oh man, better than anything Blondie ever did,
for sure.
He did a lot of the art for that Dune that never came together, right?
Mm-hmm. The Dune that didn't come together? They was going to make another Dune?
Yeah, they were, right? There was.
You're looking at me like I know about every Dune.
I just saw some documentary, I guess. I don't know.
It was on a documentary?
It was on a plane. I'm flying back and forth.
They make documentaries about movies that don't happen?
Yeah, dude. This guy had some fucking crazy ideas.
Mm-hmm. I would like to see that.
Okay.
Because, go ahead.
Okay, so now August has been taking us through his time in the Mars simulator.
Yeah, because look, we're gonna go to Mars. There's no two ways about it. We're going to fucking Mars, man.
I guess. I mean,
NASA says we're going. The cosmonauts want to go. Elon Musk. It's like a real space race to Mars.
Okay.
And so,
why was the thing on a volcano though? Because Mars is cold, right?
I don't know, but it was like the land was similar to the landscape.
Oh, like the
rocky and
it was like
craggy.
That's right. It's similar landscape.
Okay.
All that stuff. Volcanic
Inside
rock
the
and things
volcano.
like that. Inside the volcano. Yeah.
Copy. So you're in this dome.
Yeah, it was a dome in a volcano.
Within 15 minutes, you have stabbed a NASA person repeatedly.
More like a quarter of an hour.
Yeah.
But I don't know how many times I stabbed him because it was one of those moments where just adrenaline takes over and you're doing what anyone would do in that situation.
You're outside of your body. You're maybe looking down at yourself doing this.
Yes, as they say in the soldiers, you go to your training. Your training takes over,
Sure.
And what is your training in that moment?
I am a pretzel evaluator, a salt evaluator for a pretzel company. And so, anyway, I went to my training and muscle memory took over, and I just did what I had to do. And then it was the case that he had like 19 different wounds, but it was not clear to me whether maybe he had some of those before. You know what I'm saying?
Well, was he bleeding when he walked into the simulator?
Not that I noticed, but I wouldn't have. I wasn't looking for that.
I feel like in the first 14 minutes, he would have said, "Heads up, I've been stabbed a few times recently."
Well, maybe. I don't know.
I think
you're leaping to a lot of assumptions.
I don't know. I think you have to take responsibility for these. So 13.
That's exactly what I don't want to do.
Okay, 13 times though? 13 wounds?
I believe it was 19.
19?
Is what the
yes.
doctor later said.
Okay.
Thank God one of the people in there was a doctor.
Not for long.
Wait, so he abandoned his medical
No, it wasn't like that.
Oh, wait, no, the doctor was a woman?
Yes, the doctor was a woman. That's right, yeah. The doctor was a woman.
But what happened to the doctor? I feel like we're hinting something here.
No, it was a whole thing with the doctor. I mean, it was...
So the doctor, she's evaluating the NASA person.
Yeah, and trying
similar to what you do.
Yeah, right, exactly. Trying to, save his life and something.
Perhaps
like
attach tourniquets to some of the...
It was a whole thing. She's breaking out all of these supplies and she's yelling orders at people. You get this, you get that. And I don't like that, I'm not going to have somebody barking orders at me like I should go get the gauze.
You're on vacation.
I'm on vacation. This is my fucking vacation. I work all year long, a couple weeks or something like that. But, I mean, it was really the wrong tone. It was just the wrong tone to say like, hey, you got that and you got that.
I feel like whenever women are trying to be bossy, the tone is wrong. Right?
I don't know. I don't know.
I'm not going there. I'm just saying that in this particular situation, it really got to me.
Something about her voice that was annoying.
I don't know what it was.
Vocal fry or something.
Oh, well, that drives me crazy. But anyway.
So, what exactly happened? Was this the knife?
I don't know.
The knife again?
Training.
Just
slip back.
My training took over. And yes, I mean, anyway, the doctor was gone. It was just we lost the doctor.
When you came back into the presence of your body,
yeah,
did you look down at the doctor's, body and see what were the wounds that were on the doctor?
It was some stab wounds, some blunt trauma, some having been thrown.
Thrown?
Some having been thrown.
How does one notice someone has been thrown?
Just that they're not where they were the last time
position?
You were cognizant of them being there, and now they are heaped in a corner. So it was like that. But
okay.
So
and this is
down.
This is 20 minutes in?
Probably.
Or a third of an hour?
About a third of an hour, more or less, yeah. Was about that. But so at that point, I'm thinking, this is now.
Now you've established your true dominance.
Right. We
People
got
should
past
know.
the difficult sort of growing pains and getting to know one another.
Got rid of
We've
both the doctor and the NASA person.
Yes, and now,
Your Mars expedition.
yeah, and now we're down to what do we have at that point? An
You had a
entrepreneur.
scientist, you said?
Had an entrepreneur and a scientist, a biomedical scientist who was there.
That's it. It was just the 5 of you.
How many did I say? It's 1,
I
2,
don't
3,
remember.
4. It was 6 altogether.
6 altogether. So
Yes.
you have a scientist, an entrepreneur, yourself, and one more
He was
person.
a doctor and a NASA guy.
And
NASA
so
doctor.
maybe a botanist.
Entrepreneur, biomedical scientist, and
and
myself.
okay. Wait, is that 6?
I don't know.
No, I think there should be 4 more people
Oh,
who are
yes.
alive.
I am
Scientist,
confused.
entrepreneur,
Well,
you.
I'll tell
maybe-
you why I'm confused. There was a stowaway.
There's a stowaway.
Yeah, there was a stowaway.
In a dome in a volcano?
Yeah,
They
it wasn't
already have to deal with having you there, and then on top of it, there's also a
There
stowaway.
was a stowaway, and he was a rock and roll guitarist.
Okay, wait a minute. A famous one? Like the Edge?
No, he was just an aspiring guy. But
Oh, okay.
I think he was down on his luck, and it was just kind
Does
of.
this seem like a big break?
He knew there was going to be free food, and was just like, this looks like a free place to crash, and his girlfriend just dumped him, and so he was stowed
I
away.
mean, why not commit a crime and go to prison instead of going to a...
Well, because he was a virtuous person.
Oh, okay.
know.
Was a virtuous person. What
yeah,
happened?
you used the past tense there.
Oh, yes, they're all dead.
What happened to this person? You think you're over the issues here?
Well, to tell you the truth, the guitarist was the last one to go because nobody knew he was there.
Oh, okay.
He was sort of hiding out.
So you thought
in the
so
garden.
everyone is dead, you're alive, you find the guitarist, he comes out?
Yeah, well, he did not want to be. He was very much hiding.
Right.
But I was sort of looking through the garden to try to, water the plants and, just make a plan to survive there all by myself, which was never the plan. I was not supposed to be abandoned in this way. It was supposed to be a group effort, and all of a sudden now I'm all alone.
You're complaining. You're the person who did this.
Well, we know he killed 2 of the people, but what happened?
Yeah, what
there's a
happened to
couple
the
of-
other 2?
Yeah, well, it was a kind of a thing where they made some kind of a plan, to try to get me with rudimentary tools and stuff like this,
But you already have the high ground and the knife.
Yeah.
And you're able to throw.
Well, apparently, or somebody threw that doctor. I don't know.
Yeah. So
They came at me with various. First, it was from the coffee pot boiling water that one of them
Ooh.
threw at me, and luckily,
United 93 style.
yeah, right like that.
and what you say? Luckily, what happened? Are you able to dodge water?
Well, most of it I was able to dodge. I have a power that I can see water in slow motion.
Is it some sort of abyss situation or what? What exactly?
Nobody knows. I've been to 100 specialists about it.
And they are able to diagnose you that you are able to see
I
water
can
in
see
slow
water in
motion.
slow motion. So when it's raining, if a rainstorm for you that feels like it rained all day, for me it's like it was raining for a month. Because it falls slower.
I can't imagine a bath.
Showers. I don't do the showers.
Yeah, how do you stay clean?
It's very difficult. I do a washcloth and I just wash the...
Just dry clean yourself?
I just wash the important parts.
And this is all liquids or just water?
Oh, just water.
Just water.
It's no problem.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
All right, well, I don't know that we
Anyway.
have time to follow up on that aspect of it because we're talking about the Mars simulation, but
we still have a couple more people unaccounted for what happened. So they threw boiling water
They
at you.
threw
You were able
boiling
to
water. I saw it
Matrix
coming,
style.
and it
You
was like a
danced
joke to
between the
me.
raindrops.
Yeah, I danced between the boiling hot water, and I moved out of the way of it.
Mm-hmm.
And because it was moving so slow for my perception, I was able to grab one of them and put them in the stream of where the water was going.
So burn the face.
So someone threw boiling water onto their own body by act,
And they would have no idea what happened because to them the water was moving, in
away from them.
Yeah.
And then to find it towards them, boy.
Or something
it's
like
like
that.
boomerang water somehow. Or
something like that.
Right. So what happened? Basically boiled their...
This person was scalded and there was a lot of pain. And the other person then had a pair of scissors from the sewing kit. And it was like the plan was to get me, ouch, I'm hurt. And then to stab me many times with the scissors, right? But now the other one is scalded, and then it's just a matter of me chasing the person with the scissors.
And you're not supposed to run with scissors.
Yes, that's right.
It's just simple arithmetic at this point. I mean,
So that may
you
have
know,
been what did this person in, because
Okay.
they're not supposed to run with scissors or get stabbed in the back while running away.
Oh gosh. So these people are.
That's what they
But
say.
look-
Don't run with scissors because someone could stab you in the back while
Maybe
you're
that's the whole expression, but it was obviously what anybody would do is what I did because they had made a plan to get me, and I had no choice but to do that.
So you.
And by the way, I'm having to bury these people in a very small garden. We can't go out of the dome. What are you
Right.
supposed to do with now all of these bodies?
And now is this going to ruin what's in the garden as well?
presumably, yeah.
and
it's a small
you don't want to
garden.
eat people again.
I'm open to it, but it was not necessary. There was free-dried foods and canned foods
And you
and
have
things
flash
like
frozen
that.
rations.
Yes,
I mean,
yes.
one would assume that someone who has a history in cannibalism would say, "Hey, there's some fresh meat right here."
Oh, but I don't choose it over because the free-dried food looked really good to me. It had the freeze-dried ice cream that the astronaut
Oh,
fuel
yeah.
and all
Oh
that stuff
yeah,
and
Dippin'
whatnot.
Dots kind of
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Okay, that does sound good.
Yeah.
They were wrong though. That ice cream was not the future.
Okay, Sean Spicer. I
love her.
tease him all the time.
I love her in Heat.
Sean Spicer was good in Heat. That's true.
Sounds like your mom.
The Heat.
Was it the Heat?
The Heat. I think Heat's something else.
Oh yeah.
So you're watering the plants in the garden, then the stowaway
Oh
comes
yeah.
out.
So I had buried everybody just in the garden, or I had begun the process. I was 2 bodies in. And then I was like, because now I have to make a choice. Some of these plants have to go to make room for the bodies.
Sure.
And so I was evaluating which of these plants do I want to keep. And
What's low on the totem pole in terms
you-
of plants for you?
Don't slip into training when you're evaluating, which is your career. You slip into training when someone comes at you when you're holding a knife.
Listen, science doesn't understand how training works.
I wonder if you've been trained for something else previous to you working in this
Oh,
plant.
you're talking about like a born identity type of situation?
Something
oh,
like
isn't
that, yeah.
interesting?
I mean, you have 80 days of blackouts in the. God knows what was happening.
Who knows
That-
what's happening in there? Well, I like your guys' theories, but I can't speak to it. But, I don't know. I was interested in soybeans. I was looking for their soybeans because I like those a lot. And
So you wanted to keep the soybeans.
I want to keep the soybeans and,
Okay.
sort of get rid of things like broccolini. I'm not going to eat that.
They're growing broccolini.
So specific.
Broccolini. And
So-
Brussels sprouts, I never eat those. Forget about it. So
Okay.
anyway, the broccolini can be a body. The Brussels sprouts can be a body.
Sure.
But the soybeans, I want to try to keep if
Keep
I
'em
can.
body-free.
preserve The soybeans, and that is when I find hiding underneath the soybeans a rock and roll guitarist.
Hiding
Wes.
underneath the soybeans.
Yeah.
Wow.
Just like in like the stems, right? Like just kind of in there.
Yeah, he was
Okay.
hiding.
And like shivering and
Did
frightened.
was
very
he aware of
frightened.
anything that's happened? so far?
Evidently, yes. He had seen everything.
Did
and,
he say anything
Yes,
to
of course.
you, like-
Please don't kill me. Please don't kill me. And all this. And we all you can do is laugh at that point, So it was
I
like,
guess all you can do.
to think that I would, because he's giving me no reason to. He's hiding underneath the soybeans. Why would I want
And
to?
he could be an ally in
kill
this.
him? Well, then now, as I say, I never wanted to be there alone. It's infuriating
Sure, a
to have to end up
companion.
there alone. It's not what all I wanted to do was to be there in a group dynamic and survive it and have the experiences and dominate the people there with a knife. It was all I wanted. And again, you can see, right, that I had no choice but to do the things that I did and that
I guess. So what happened to the rock and roller?
the rock and roll guy, well, he started we were fine actually for almost an entire hour. It was great. And
4 quarter hours.
maybe. Almost. But then it got to a kind of a thing where he was like, hey, what is there to eat? And I just thought, what a presumptuous question for a stowaway.
Well, yeah, but he's
know.
gonna have to eat at some point. I mean, you're there
But
for.
there's got to be some other way to ask the question.
Plus,
to
he was in the
literally
soybeans.
say-
He should know. Fuck
yes,
him.
there's
Yeah.
soybeans.
You
For
think
him
he
to
should
say-
be begging you for food?
Well, it's not, I don't know, begging, but an appropriate kind of hey,
Excuse
I know
me,
I'm a
master.
stowaway. Yeah, something like that, and I apologize and like that. And,
Instead, it was just like, hey, what is there
what
to
is
eat
there to
around
eat around here? Exactly. That's what he said. What is there to eat
Okay,
around
I
here?
didn't say it. He said it.
No, it's
it's
fine. It's a different situation.
You got like a fire in your eyes.
But there was something about those words around here that really particularly made me mad because it was like...
It's like you're the one who chose to be around here.
It's like he's insulting the dome. And nobody asked him to come to the dome. Just forget it. He wrote his death warrant. And all you can do is what I did in that situation.
Which is use his guitar to...
I wish I had thought of that. Yeah, I should have killed him with his own guitar. But I used a fire extinguisher.
Okay. And when you say that, do you mean you bonked him with it, or did you just like turn it on down his throat to where he had to eat the fire?
Again, that's a better idea. No, I only just bonked him with it a bunch of times.
You really you have to consult me on things like this because having seen horror movies like I do, they usually try to do it in an ironic manner.
Your training is just better than mine.
Yeah,
that's all I can say.
Well, how long did you end up actually staying? Because they have to be monitoring you.
Well, that was the problem. That was exactly the problem. Because now I'm thinking, well, all right, it's not what I wanted and I'm angry, but I will
8 more months.
8 more months of this all by myself with this, this body's now, it's not perfect, but I will do it.
They have to be taking like vitals on the other people and realize that they are no longer.
I wonder what their mood readers were going off as.
Well, that was
abject
exactly
horror and fear and tragedy.
That was exactly the problem. The mood indicator indicated dead, and so I
didn't realize that was a mood.
Oh, neither did they.
It never happened
the
before?
people monitoring the equipment had no idea that one of the moods would be dead.
Like black is the absence of light, death is the absence of moods.
And
you
life.
would think, but apparently it's registered as a mood. But so they had a protocol for what to do, and it had to do with the Hawaiian National Guard and all of this. And it was
so they had a protocol in place. I mean,
they did have a protocol in place.
Took a lot of foresight
for murder, but I don't think they were ready to deploy it on day one.
Sure.
So it was unfortunate.
How many people did it take to take you down?
To take me to how many National Guardsmen? Well, I had an advantage because I had gotten to know the layout of the dome.
Sure, yeah. You had familiarity with the
you were in like
turf.
a Home Alone type situation.
Yes, and of course I'm literally, I have the supplies to last 8 months in there.
And you have high ground.
I have, yes, of course, on my bunk. I took out, I hate to say took out, it's so cavalier, but I think I incapacitated or otherwise did away with 18 of those guys.
18 of those guys.
Now, they're National Guardsmen. They're not like real soldiers.
Precisely.
So,
if it had been like a Navy SEAL 16 or
1 weekend
like
a month,
Yes,
1 month a year.
Yes.
That's not going to take you out. Did they then send in some sort of specialized forces?
No, at that point it was all about just tear gas, and we didn't have. There was no gas masks.
Weird that it took
in the dome.
18 lives for them to say, "Hey, why don't we break out the tear gas?"
I don't disagree.
You killed
with
18 National Guardsmen with
no, I didn't kill them all.
Incapacitated.
Incapacitated
Took out.
in very
like
ways.
slash their tendons and
things like that. Yeah, but you ever see First Blood?
Sure, yeah.
It was kind of a sequence like that.
Okay, I can imagine it. Yeah.
Yeah.
First Blood is Trump's second favorite movie.
Is that right?
I would wonder. Yeah, maybe.
It's a good one.
So, what are you doing here then? I would imagine that you would be perhaps transported to some sort of facility or.
No, it was straightened out by Mr. Schneiderman.
Mr. Schneiderman took care of it somehow.
He straightened it out.
He straightened it out.
I gave him a call. He made a couple of calls, and they said, all right, you're free to go, but don't come back to Hawaii.
Really? Well, that's a shame, because it's beautiful. Did you get a chance to see any of the islands?
No, not at all. I wasn't even on a window seat on that airplane.
Oh, no.
I didn't even get
But
to
you
look
had
outside.
a seat, you said.
I did. Listen, not only was I on an airplane from Germany to Hawaii, which connected through Los Angeles, but I had not only a seat on the first leg, but on the second one as well. So
Wow.
it was really something.
Well, what a vacation. Amazing.
Yeah, it was a good one. And now I don't know what to do with the rest of my vacation. It was supposed to be 8 months.
Yeah, and how much longer do you have now?
Now I've got, listen, that was going to be 8 months, and then I was going to have like 3.5 months after that. So now I've got like
11 months.
11 months of just, I don't know what to do.
I would say check out Long Island's own Long Island Museum. Should be up at least in the next 11 months. We should get it running.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Are you a Billy Joel fan?
We're getting an Eddie Murphy hologram put in there too.
Is
also
he from Long Island?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Eddie Murphy hologram.
Yeah, and then Alec Baldwin, my favorite SNL cast member, is also
Sure.
getting a hologram in there.
Mm-hmm.
He is great. He started out as a featured player, right? Just doing the weekend update bits, right?
Sure.
Really worked his way up.
Sweaty balls.
Yeah.
And now look at him.
Wow. Well, August, you have to come back and let us know what you have been doing on this vacation. I mean,
It's a long time to kill.
Interesting choice of words.
All right, we're running out of time. We just have time for one last feature on the show. It's a little something called Plugs.
Oh, boy.
Come on and show me what you got. I'm sure it's good, but maybe not. If Florence in it will be gone. If Florence now, well, I don't know. Stuff is always in the day, and I am also far away. I guess I'll have to wait and see. Back to you, Scotty.
Oh, okay. An abrupt end. That was Plug Gulp by Inky and Vilhang.
A palindrome.
Actually, it might be. No, it's
Plug
not.
gulp?
Plug Gulp. It is.
Holy shit.
Are you able to spot palindromes?
Yeah, they call me the Dimitri Martin of palindromes.
Quite sure. Okay, let's see. What are we plugging? Gino, do you have anything to plug here?
I would say check out the Long Island's own Long Island Museum. We just set the playlist, so it's all Billy Joel songs mixed in with the High and Mighty podcast, that podcast by Jon Gabrus, who's a Long Island comedian.
Oh, wait,
so if you want to check that out,
I've heard of him, but I don't believe I've ever.
You won't be able
met him.
to. You won't be able to find it on the Airwolf anywhere. You have to search separately. But it's a fun thing. I enjoy listening, and Jon Gabrus is like Long Island's like 15th most famous guy right about now.
I mean, I can imagine that it's you just
Honestly,
have to do one TV show and you're in there. You're in top 20.
You're up there. The only real bummer for this Jon Gabrus cat is that Gino Lambardo is more famous than
Really?
he is. Yeah, I think unfortunately as Gino, I think I'm a little more famous than this fucking tub of shit.
Hey, come on. Just because this guy.
You got to see this guy.
No, this guy's a good-looking guy.
Yeah, he's good looking. He's got a good face, but he is overweight.
Come on. You can't fat shame.
I'm sorry. I'm just so used to being skinny and calls them as I sees them.
Okay, all right.
You have anything to plug, Scott?
Oh, yeah. Well, first of all, thanks to everyone who came out to see us at South by this last weekend.
That was fun.
That was a lot of fun. Thank you for being there, Gino. And thanks for taking the Learjet that I took back.
Thanks for letting me come along. I got a seat on that flight, too.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Oh.
I don't know. I don't really have a lot to plug. Bajillion Season 3 coming back in June. Michael Bolton Valentine's Day special. You can still watch it even though Valentine's Day is over. I mean, it's not really a holiday special. Just
you got to keep Valentine's Day in your heart all year long.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, so August, what do you have to plug?
Well, for myself, look out for Schneiderman's pretzels wherever you buy pretzels. And, I tasted it, so you don't have to.
Wait, so that's almost like you're saying don't eat the pretzels.
I'm saying you don't have to.
Right, buy them.
Buy them.
Then throw them away?
Eat them, but you don't have to taste them because I have already done that, and I can tell you they're good.
Okay.
But also, listen, I have a favorite television show which is coming back on Comedy Central. Do you know this show? Review?
Broad City.
No, it's not Broad City. I mean, that's fine. But Review. Have you heard of Review?
Oh, with Forrest McNeil.
That's the one, yeah.
Yeah, Forrest McNeil's Review. That hasn't been on in a year?
It took a long time between seasons 2 and 3, but 3 is about to come back on the television set this week on Thursday the 16th at 10 p.m.
This Thursday at 10 p.m., Review returns to Comedy Central is what you're trying to tell me?
Yes.
That's so exciting.
It is exciting. And if you didn't watch seasons 1 and 2, you could binge watch them right now before this Thursday.
Where? On the Comedy Central app or something?
Absolutely on the Comedy Central app or comedycentral.com or Amazon. It's not on the Prime, but you can pay for it, fucking cheapskate. And iTunes maybe too. You can pay for it there.
So all of seasons 1 and 2 complete are all on the Comedy Central app?
That's right, on the Comedy Central app. You can watch
So a guy who has saved season 2 on his DVR, and is trying to make time to catch up with it, could probably delete those episodes to make room for them and just watch them on the Comedy Central
You
app?
might as well check the Comedy Central app first before you just go willy-nilly.
That's a good
deleting.
idea. That's good advice. Make sure
I'll tell that guy to do something like that.
Yeah, okay. That's
They've been on your DVR for a long time.
That's a long time on a DVR. Taking up space.
Not mine, certainly.
I mean, this hypothetical guy.
Yeah.
He's got to delete a couple episodes of Fixer Upper to squeeze in some review.
Hang on to those. But
this is exciting.
It's
So this
really
Thursday,
exciting. And this is a third and final season from what I understand.
Final season. I mean, Sure, but it could always come back.
Oh, well, I don't know. Maybe, yeah. Who knows?
Wow.
But people should definitely tune in. And you know what? Even if you didn't see the other seasons, I don't care about you. Tune in and watch this season.
And even if you don't want to watch it, just turn it on, leave the house. Go out to dinner with your wife. Just let it run.
Yeah, sure, why not?
You know?
And
waste a little bit of that electricity.
Tweet about it. You can tweet about it.
Sure, yeah. Leave the house, tweet about the show that you're not watching.
Right.
It almost is easier to watch the show.
No. It might be easier, yeah.
All right, let's. By the way, we do have stuff in the store. You can check out new "Hey Nong Man Ain't Nothing to Fuck With" shirts, and
I like that one.
A little technicality, no down boo over shirts, which are made for the style for women. When we were on tour, I don't know, Gino, if you got any of this. All I got from women is like, hey, why are all the shirts like they're just men's styles? We made some really very cute, if I don't mind saying so, technicality, no down boo over shirts that are in a good style for women. So check those out. All right,
I might check those out.
Yeah, let's close up the old plug bag.
I'm talking about bags and bags. I'm talking about opening bags. I'm talking about bags and bags. I'm talking about opening bags. I'm talking about bags and bags. I'm talking about opening bags. I'm talking about bags and bags. I'm talking about opening bags.
All right. Well, guys, this has been really fun to catch up with you. Gino, always great to see you.
Great to see you. I'm going to be around for a couple of days this time, so I can help out. So
good. So you'll be here for next week's show? Is that
no, I don't know. I can't make that one. I got to leave right before you record it.
Okay, I'll see you in a few months. August, great to see you again. Please don't make it another 7 years before returning. I would love to speak to you more often.
Absolutely. I'll come back later on today.
Oh, a little too soon.
Oh.
That's, I don't know, 6 months?
400 episodes.
Now I have no idea what to do.
All right. We'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye.
All right. Cut and print it. We got it.
Hey everyone, thanks for listening, and remember, on Delta Airlines, Delta Studio gives you access to every type of entertainment for every passenger 100% for free. Over 1,000 hours of entertainment, all for free. Choose from up to 300 movies, HBO, Showtime, 18 channels of live satellite TV on select flights, podcasts, thousands of songs, TV shows, and games. Delta has even partnered with content partners including HGTV, Refinery 29, Food Network, Hulu Originals, WNYC Studios, Curious World, Headspace, and Disney XD. Stream on your laptop, iPhone, iPad, or Android tablet device by downloading the GoGo Entertainment app.
Hi, everybody. I'm Lauren Lapkus, and I'm back. And so is my show with special guest Lauren Lapkus. It's the show where I'm always the guest, and there's a new host every week. We've got some awesome new hosts coming soon, and they're all a surprise, so you'll have to just tune in. New episodes of With Special Guest Lauren Lapkus are coming every Friday. Listen on Earwolf, iTunes, Stitcher, or your favorite podcast app. Happy to be home.
This has been an Earwolf production, executive produced by Scott Aukerman, Chris Bannon, and Colin Anderson. For more information and content, visit earwolf.com.